We are gamers, we forgot. We've been talking a lot. So, in my off time, I have been playing this a lot. A lot. And it has become almost one of my favourite games of all time. It changes so much from what we played on the channel and what you play through a second time, because you play through it all with, like, infinite ammo and stuff the second time if you've unlocked it, and, like, different weapons, and it's all New Game Plus, so you keep all of your, like, inventory from the previous game. We beat it on Village of Shadows difficulty, which is the hardest difficulty, not just because the enemies are bullet sponges and they do more damage, but they also spawn mini-bosses in random areas, and they spawn enemies that aren't usually in those areas, if that makes sense. And the last trophy that we need is this one. Finish the story within 3 hours, and then we can platinum the game. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to get all the info dump out now, because as soon as I start the game, I am going to be, like, obviously in speedrun mode, so I'm going to be, like, super focused trying to get it out, so it's going to be difficult to, like, info dump while I'm going. First of all, I'm going to say, even though it's probably obvious, spoilers, I'm going to be playing the whole game today. But if you haven't played it and you're going to play it, and you don't want to be spoiled, this probably isn't the stream for you. If you want to see the story in more of like a story-driven, episodic, or whatever version, we did do a full playthrough of this that's on the YouTube channel at the minute. I'm going to be skipping all the cutscenes that I can, obviously because it's a speedrun, so you're probably not going to see those. But if you do want to watch me go and play it the first time that we played it, that's on the channel as well, so go and do that if that's more of your speeds. Pun absolutely not intended. The playthrough that we're going to be doing is a New Game Plus playthrough. I have done a bit of work off camera to get all of the items that we're going to need. So this is the inventory that we'll be using. So, oh, it isn't, but it's close. You can see the guns. So the inventory that we're actually going to be using, all of this is filled with health items. All of these are filled with pipe bombs, and there's a bunch of mines that we got as well, all the way over here. We have infinite ammo for the grenade launcher for stuff that needs to be blown up, or they're particularly good for the, you know, the doors in the factory with the buttons. It's good to just, like, fire a grenade at that so it gets all of the buttons at once. This assault rifle is fully automatic. It does a bunch of damage. This is the one that we're going to be having out most of the time. And then we also have this gun, which is the highest damage gun in the game, all of which have infinite ammo. If we come across a thing that looks like a cutscene, but I am not skipping it, it is because I know it is an unskippable cutscene. If the game is playing out like a cutscene, but you don't see me going in the menu and trying to skip it, just assume that I know that it's an unskippable one. Because there are some parts of this game that seem like a cutscene, but aren't really. Especially at the start, I will show. There's a couple of bits where you would think it would be a skippable one, but it isn't. And it's mostly to do with, like, world interaction. If there's ever, like, opening a door, or opening a hatch, or moving something out of the way, usually it's the one that you can't skip. The timer that I am going to be going with is in-game. So every time that you pause the game, you'll be able to see a little timer in the top. That's the timer that we're going to use. As I say, world record is 1:32. We're not going to get anywhere close to that, but if I can get sub 2 hours, I will be happy. I think it is doable in sub 2 hours for, like, an amateur like me. I think you've got all the information that you need to know. The one thing that I will say is that this game, having played through it a bunch, is quite weirdly spaced. So, like, the starting area with Lady Domitresque is by far the longest. I think that one is the longest to do. Then it's the factory. Then it's probably Beneviento and then Moreau, in that order. The Beneviento one takes the longer than Moreau for the purpose that it's mostly like a escape room, essentially. The reason that Moreau is super quick to do is because he's the only boss that is like a health bar boss, meaning that I can do a lot of damage at the start and he will just die pretty much immediately. But with that being said, I think we can start. Again, I'll be using the in-game timer for the run, so we'll check on it every now and then. I don't think it counts for menus, but we won't be using menus anyway, so we've got no reason to buy anything or craft anything. And we will be playing out casual because it's the one that you can do the quickest time in. Let's go. Skip this one. Skip this one. Take the baby to bed. I'll put her down, Mia. That's totally Mia, and not a evil, immortal witch, or whatever the hell she is. So another thing about cutscenes in this game, like this, obviously I have no autonomy there, but I can't skip that one. The cutscenes that I can skip, it's weird because, like, there's cutscenes that start with, like, a black screen and people talking, and it will say that you can skip them, but you can't skip the cutscenes until there's visuals on the screen. Skip this one. Now Mia's dead. Just like that. See, like there? I can't skip it until right now. And now we come to the slowest bit of the game where I have to watch Ethan waddle. This is full speed. This is full speed ahead. I'm full locked to the forward motion. So a funny thing about this game, right, that we obviously played through this together on the channel. And when I came through this bit, I was like, oh, they're definitely going to do a thing that they did like in 7, where you're walking through the woods and something's going to run out in front of you. And we walked through this whole thing and we didn't see it, and then I was like, oh, wow, they didn't do it. That's really, like, good for them. They did something different. They didn't go back to the old cliche of just seeing somebody, like, walk in front of you and scare you. But in actual fact, it does happen. We just completely missed it because we were blind. Yeah, but like over here? Right? Yeah, you see him running. We completely missed that last time. And I think it was in this exact same spot that I was like, because you get to the shack after this, and I was like, wow, they didn't do it. Hell yeah, good for them. Also, through this speedrun, you're going to realize how much we farted around in the playthrough, because we can beat the game in like under 2 hours, I think. And I think it took us 15 hours to beat it last time. Yeah, now we're coming up to the bit that I was going to say, this bit here feels like a cutscene. Like, I have no autonomy here, and it goes on for so long. But I, in fact, cannot skip it. It's an unskippable one. It is an unskippable cutscene. Well, I actually don't know what the term cutscene actually means. Like, it could not technically be counted as a cutscene. As a stupid gamer, I just assume cutscene means part of the game that I have no autonomy in, that I can't skip. Or, not that I can't skip, but that I cannot control. Like, this bit I can skip, and then we're in with this dude. Go and get the bolt cutters. Use bolt cutters on said thing. Yeah, like there, you can't skip, because he's doing a thing. So now we basically just have to survive. I found that the best way to do this is to come in through here, drop down here, run over here, and then run basically to where that barrel is. See what I mean? And then we basically just hold out here until we get shot, basically. So another fun thing about this part of the game is that you can actually hold out in this part of the game. So you know when the big guy spawns, you're basically just supposed to die at that point. I don't quite know how to trigger the arrow. I just survive as long as I can until the arrow triggers for me. I'm sure there's a better way to do it where, like, there's a certain point in this survival bit where you can die and then it triggers it. But I found it's just as quick just to hold out here, kill the big dudes. And also it's fun. And we can actually kill him as well. So I can show you a bit more about this pistol as well. So this pistol even one-shots these enemies. And he's dead. There we go. That was the big dude. Yeah, the pistol even one-shots the enemies on the hardest difficulty. So now we come in here and get this Maiden Crest. Now we come out. This area, this field, is still annoying to deal with, because you can get grabbed. And if you get put in an animation, it like takes ages for you to come out of it. Skip this one. Come over here. Open this door. This bit always makes me laugh at how quick I can do this. Now she's going to take us to the hall. This bit I can't speed up, unfortunately, until I get locked in that way. Then it's better to run towards this dude, skip. Then we run to this drawer here. Get this. Run back. Skip. Trigger, skip. I am kind. And now she's dead. And that's Louisa's done. Skip this. That guy just got killed by Miranda. We walk past Totally Not Miranda at 2. Maiden Crest. It's always better to go left. Demon Crest. It's always better to go left. So the one thing that I will say, because we're coming up to the Domitresque thing now, is the Domitresque thing is the most annoying thing, I think, to speedrun out of this game, because a lot of it you can... Oh, hello, trigger. I don't know, I'll complete my thought in a sec. Yeah, so see, I can't skip this here. But as soon as the visuals come up and the doll's in my face, I can skip. But yeah, the Domitresque thing is the most annoying thing to speedrun because, again, it's not like a bullet sponge kind of thing. She can't die. So it doesn't matter how good of an equipment you've got. See him, even though we just killed him. Yeah, so Domitresque, like, walks around the castle a little bit. Not all the time, but, like, after you've triggered her, she will just kind of spawn in the same areas. And it is impossible to, like, kill her. You can stun her if you do enough damage, which you will see me doing. But you don't really get the benefit of having the super powerful weapons. You can stun her more quickly, but it's just very annoying to kind of deal with. Same goes for, like, her daughters as well, because they are technically invincible until you get to the point where you can kill them. Yeah, see, this I can't skip, even though you would think I could. So now we're safe, I think, until we trigger her a little bit later on. Her daughters can still spawn in here after this. There's some, like, really fun reaction noises that Ethan does that you only really pick up on when you're trying to get through the game quick. Because obviously I've had to play through this game like 6 or 7 times. And when you get to like the 5th or 6th time, you're trying to do it quick anyway. And you pick up on some noises that he says that are like very funny. It's just like the acts are going like, gah, gah. Neither, preferably. And this is the bit where we cut for the second episodes. These guys we can kind of skip, I think. We do have to shoot like 1 or 2. But the majority of them we can skip. And then in here we trigger the daughter. This is going to be funny. You ready for this? You ready for how quick we're going to destroy this boss? Right, like, boss? She's dead. That's it. It made me laugh so much every time. Like, the amount of time it took us to do that boss. That's it. She's dead now. Come down here and hope that we get good RNG on the piano puzzle. We did not. Actually, that might be the best that I've ever done it. I'll take that. Come back through here, but she will be spawned up here. So now I'm just going to go around. What time am I on? I'm on 26 minutes. You can come back in through here. I need to sprint around this way. Do this. She's dead. Easy peasy. I'm sick of bugs. That voice line always makes me laugh. I'm sick of bugs. Some of the voice lines that Ethan has in this, it makes him sound like such a bumbling dumbass. I need to get this out ready. Do one of these. She's dead. Grab this. Do one of these. Let me around, please. This sucks. Please let me around. Stop. Fuck me. That's like 30 seconds that we just wasted there. This is the problem. This is why I say this bit's so annoying to speedrun. Is because she can't die. So you'll see why this boss fight is annoying to do. Basically, some of the boss fights you can do by just like pumping a bunch of damage into them and they'll die. But this one, you can pump a bunch of damage into her, but it only triggers certain voice lines, and you need to get all the voice lines out before she can die, basically. Yeah, like now she's triggered that cutscene. Or that voice line. Now she's going to run around here. She's going to break this arch. And now she has to come around here and break this arch, and then she flies off. So now we trigger this cutscene now. That we can skip. This does no damage to her, so there's no point me shooting her at this phase. And now we can come up and do it this way. Yeah, so now we can do damage. Now she's dead. 34 minutes, I will take that. I think that might be the quickest I've ever done that. So you might be wondering, like, wow, that's a tenth of the game done, and you took almost 40 minutes to do that, and you wanna beat it in under 2 hours. How are you even gonna do that? And that's why I say that section is one of the longest parts of the game. You can blast through everything else. So for anybody wondering, this is where we got to this point in episode 5 of our playthrough, which was like each playthrough was an hour each. Each episode was an hour each. So it took us 5 hours to get to this point, and it's now taken us under 40 minutes. Now we can do the Benevento, but still under 40 minutes. I will absolutely take that for the village and for Domitresk. That's pretty quick. Go away, Mia. You're not real. We've seen several Mias, and not one of them have been real so far. The one at the start wasn't Mia. This isn't Mia. It'd be cool if Twitch gave you something else. Yeah, Twitch is great for giving you ways to pay them, but not great at giving you stuff for that money. It's like for the tiers, the tiered subs. It's exactly the same. It always has been. It's like Twitch offers you can pay like $4 for a sub, which gives you all this cool stuff, or you can give $20 for a tier 3, which gives you 1 extra emote, and you're like, wow, thanks. An avocado, thanks. Okay, so there's the only 2 things we need off that body, because we know everything else. We don't need the thing because we know the codes. Now we do the the almost RNG puzzle, because I can never remember what goes where. Take our time, because I would rather get this right. Is that it? That's it, I think. Hello, Mia. The third not real Mia. So is Teddy, book, baby, record, ring. Insert moon running emote here. And now the baby's here. There's a lot of points like this where you just kind of have to sit and wait for the baby to go. Okay, now we can go. This is what I mean, though. There's some points in this particular bit of the game where you just kind of have to sit and wait, which goes against all the speedrunning. Come on. Yep, Dada. I'm Dada. Yep. You sound like chat. Now we have to wait again for the lift to go up. Currently under an hour, just anybody who was wondering. This one can be quite annoying to deal with as well. I think she spawns in the same place every time the first time. Oh god, I got turned around like mad then. She always spawns in this room. Yeah. World record incoming. I mean, if I can get sub 2 hours, I'll be very happy, because that's my best run, I think, is 2 hours 20. And I wasn't really trying then. Well, I was trying to do it quick, but I wasn't trying to, like, speedrun it like I am now. Okay, so she's either... Yeah, she's here. I used to think that, like, little blood meant that she was in that room, but I don't even know what that means. Because it's never indicative of, like, where she is. It's just, like, splattered around. And again, you would think I could skip this one, but I cannot. This does not count as a cutscene. When it fades to white, I think it does. Like here it does. Well, that was Benevento done. Grab the piss jar. Come on, let me out. 55 minutes, I will take that. Benevento, Domitresk, starting area, and village done in 55 minutes. The factory is a little more... Not more difficult, but it's longer for sure. Coming back to the 2 sections of the game I've seen before. And that guy's dead. This one will be comically quick. I will tell you that for now. The boss especially, because he's the only one of the main bosses that isn't like a gimmick boss. He's just a health bar boss. So when we get to him, it'll be almost comically quick. I'm pretty confident I can do it under 30 seconds. Come around here, and then as soon as we go through here, that's a cutscene. Then we grab that, that's a cutscene. God, I can't wait for the new PC, man. When I can actually just stream and I don't have to worry about it skipping frames. Can't you imagine? And then we wait for the jump scare. There it is. So now we can skip this bit. This is one of the ladders where you can just kind of drop down, please. There we go. Thought it was going to be like Mega Troll and not do it. Mega Troll, also, for anybody that's wondering, the lesser known Decepticon. Come on! This is the one that, like, I have died on this plenty of times, just trying to do it quick. Fuck, I think I'm gonna die here. Oh! My god. Yeah, and this... I've, like, run into him a couple of times on this bit. Where I've just been, like, too quick on the draw. Mother. I always think of Donny Bravo. It's no, Johnny Bravo. Or his lesser-known cousin Donny Bravo, I guess. I'm thinking of Donny Phantom. Or is also that Johnny Phantom? Which one's Johnny and which one's Donny? Stupidest Ethan line coming up in 3, 2, 1. Caught myself a big one. I hate him. I hate him as a character, I hate him. He's so, like, oblivious and stupid. Isn't it Danny Phantom? Which one's... Where am I getting... Is it Danny Phantom? Actually, that does sound right. So it was neither. It was neither of the... neither of the choices that I gave chat were right. Maybe I am just thinking of, like, I'm mixing the Bravo and the... Hello? Are you doing it? I'm mixing the Bravo and the Phantoms. Johnny Bravo. Johnny Bravo and Danny Phantom merged to make Donny Phantom, I guess, in my brain. That's when they fusion together. Listen, it's not my fault. I'm trying to speedrun, alright? That's the excuse that I'm giving. I bet if you asked Sonic to tell you what the name of Danny Phantom is, he'd also say Donny. So now we can actually kind of run straight up to him here. He won't stop. I always thought I had to be sneaky around him, especially when we played it last, but it turns out absolutely not. Well, chat, you ready to see the quickest boss fight in Resident Evil history? Bam. Bam, he's done. Oh, I love New Game Plus. And that's that section done. Now we're onto the factory. And we are 1 hour and 8 minutes. Also, apparently I learnt this nest thing that was like an absolute pain in the backside to do when we played it properly. You can kind of just run through it. You don't have to kill everyone, which is what we'll be doing. We'll just be running through and killing people that are in our way, basically. Okay, the lock-on, hello. We don't need aim assist. I'm good. Now we can kind of just come around here. Let me trigger this one. Then that triggers the dudes, but we can be like super cheeky and just kind of run past. We are going to have to kill some of them though. How are we looking down here? And then as soon as you cross over that threshold, they'll stop spawning. You son of a bitch. You almost got me. I think if I am... Okay, maybe not. I thought if I was quick enough I could get past them, but I can't. So now there's this big guy that we've killed like 3 times already, but just keeps coming back. I don't know whether in lore, like, he's a different dude, or... Oh, sorry, I'm stopping him from jumping down. So now I can just go back, right? Yeah, this is where the goats seem to be becoming an issue. Every time I've done a run, they seem to knock me over here. Oh, but they didn't this time. I'll take it. 1 hour 16. 1 hour 16. This is 1 episode length of what we did before, and we're already at the factory, which was like episode 15. So 1 hour 32, I think, is the world record for PS5. There's no end to them. That's my favourite Ethan line. I don't know if I think we've passed it. I think it was in the Stronghold. There's no end to... He said it so deadpan. There's no end to them. There's no end to them. There is indeed no end to them. Then we can come in here. We can get this cog mold. We can open this. I'm actually going to use this. You're going to come alive. Let's use this cog mold here. Let's try and get rid of you. While that cog mold is making a thing. Let me put the cog in here. I'd use the crank again. That's what I'm saying. Like, just... You know what I want to use, game. Just put it in for me, man. There's too much margin for error with me being such a dumb, like, bumbling dumbass. That's why I brought the... That's why I brought the grenade launcher, for that exact reason. Uh-huh. Are you gonna be coming around here? I don't know if he spawns around this way. I guess not. I agree. I completely agree. We should have never refused him. I was all for it for the first playthrough of you helping us, and now I'm still for it now. Have you played it 6 times? Yes, just help us. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of him wanting to use the baby, but, like, he's mega powerful. I mean, I guess in the end we don't really need him. We do it all ourselves anyway. There we go. I do actually have to get rid of both of those, because otherwise they're an absolute pain in the backside, because they just jump around the map the whole time. Come on, let me go up. It doesn't matter if I get chopped in half. I made a mold anyway. Who cares? Life doesn't matter. Chop my head off. Come on, Ethan. We're on a ticking timer here, man. Again, you're not really hurt. Paint doesn't exist. We're literally made of mold.
I'd like to see you try.
Also, again, Ethan, they already took Rose, man. He said every time I come to that part in the game and he's like, take Rose, I'd like to see you try. Like, why do you think we're here? Hello? What game have you been playing for the past, like, half an hour? They took Rose, that's the whole point we're here, man. Well, I mean, I guess we took her back at this point in the story, but we did also just leave her out in the wild while we came in here. 1 hour 30. Oh my god, we've only got half an hour left. I don't know if we can do it in sub 2 hours. I fucking hate this. The, like, auto-aim feature targets just the points that are armored, so you're, like, fighting against the... fighting against the auto-aim to try and get to the bit where you can actually damage them. See, like, the auto-aim feature you can see down there is... Did we get him? Yeah, we did get him. Okay, we have to run through the fire, unfortunately, but... Come on, fucking hell. Yeah, the auto-aim feature, for whatever reason, targets the armored bits. So you're like, no, please. It's actually a hindrance having the auto-aim on. We've got this cutscene to skip. We've got this cutscene to skip in here, and then we're into the fight, pretty much. Hold that one for ages. I've never understood why it asks you to hold it, as if, like, this is a part where you can go back anyway. Like, the only time I've seen games do, like, the hold X, and then be like, okay, this is where the game ends. As soon as you, like, start this off, you can't go back. I've only ever seen that in, like, open world games. You know, so you can tell the player, like, okay, if you've got side quest stuff you want to do, you can go and do it now, otherwise this is the end of the game. But for this game, like, as soon as that prompt comes up, like, you can't go back anywhere, you're just there anyway. Oh, I think we got him. Yeah, okay, this is the bit, we've pretty much got him now, because we're going to get knocked out. Probably meant to warn people who are, like, saving all their money just in case, but you can't even use the shop at that point either. Like, there's no shop to use. So even if you have saved your money up to that point, you can't use it until you get to the Duke at the end of the game. And you can't leave that room. And he's dead. We just have to wait for him to trigger the cutscene now. Oh, we'll just keep laying into him for whatever reason. 1:36. So we got 25 minutes, or 24 minutes, to do the Chris fight and the Miranda fight. It's going to be close. The Chris fight is the thing that takes the most time out of those two things. Again, can't skip this. I have no autonomy in this bit, but I cannot skip it. As soon as you hear the phone ring, then we can skip, basically. Oh yeah, then it's stupid. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Makes no sense. Can't skip it yet. As soon as this comes up. Oops. Unlike this cutscene, this is a prime example of what I was saying earlier. Even though the cutscene started, I cannot skip it until there's visuals on the screen. For whatever reason. If you missed the sub 2 hours, you finish for the trophy or try again later. I might try again. Yeah, I'll try again. I want to get it sub 2 hours. I mean, I won't do it directly after. Because I don't just want to be a streamer that just streams the same game and the same run over and over and over again until I get sub 2 hours. This area is also a bitch to speedrun. Because we lose, again, we lose the ability to be overpowered with guns. Because we're back with the Dragoon. I mean, the Dragoon is very powerful, but it's not as powerful as the WCX. And we can just run past these boys.
Let's go. Large mutated bioweapon sighted.
Again, good for if you're ever planning on playing this game and getting the platinum and you want to do the hardest difficulty trophy, you can just run past everything that was behind me.
Roger.
Because they are an absolute bitch to deal with on the hardest difficulty. Move, 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 please die. Just so I can get past you. I'm slightly worried about the one behind me. Oh, he's despawned. Okay, that's fine. Can't just run past these guys. I just don't want to get hit by that one. You son of a bitch. This is the area. Well, actually, all of Chris's area kind of scares me for the run in general. Just because it's like so... Like, this bit of the game, obviously, is supposed to feel very overpowered, but we felt overpowered the entire way. So it does, like, kind of dull it down a little bit now. I'm going for it. Sorry, I know I didn't really speak that much through that, but that one's the tough one. So now we just got the Miranda fight to deal with. Well, we got to slug through all this story bit, but we've just got the Miranda fight to deal with in terms of combat now. And if we can get good RNG on the Miranda fight, we can do it pretty quickly as well, because we get the Magnum back. Come on. We got 15 minutes to finish the game. Let me get through here. We can skip this bit. We can skip this bit, I think. Yep. And then we have to walk forward a little bit, and then we can skip. As soon as he starts to stumble, then we can skip, I think. There. Then we wake up in Duke's shack. Then we can skip again. Okay. Now we're at the fight. Oh boy, this is close. This is so close. Can I not run still here? Oh wow, it's that late. Okay. We can just run past all these guys. Skip this.
You fulfilled your purpose, Mr. You disposed of my false children and awakened the glorious MoonRyse. Now, please do not worry for little Rose. I assure you I'll provide...
Okay. Nice. $146. I will absolutely take that. 14 minutes off of world record, by the way, for our first attempt, and the platinum. 14 minutes off of world record. That's nuts for our first attempt. I'm super happy with that. 146. The first ever speedrun we've done, and we're like less than 15 minutes off of the best anyone has ever done. I will absolutely take that. And a new platinum for the collection as well. Hell yes. Let's go. Hell yeah. I do wonder, like, how do the people in world record get 132? Like, where do you shave that off? Where do you shave it off? But what, man, I did not think we would do that well.